Hi, my name's Ethan Lawrence.
This is Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage.
Hi, I'm Scotty Wartooth.
Hi, my name's Sean Smith.
Hi, my name is Deisha Kiva.
Hey, this is Ryan McCombs from the band Soil.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Raging Cajun Lash LaRue.
What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
Happy days.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast, the Chronicles of 2024. We have compiled the best moments from 2024. Me and Tom put our heads together and came up with what we think are some of our best moments. Sit back, enjoy, reflect upon 2024. We hope you had an incredible Christmas, an incredible New Year, and we'll see you for brand new content very, very soon.
Hi, I'm Callum.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and we are That Gym Couple Podcast. Most of that gym anxiety comes from people feeling like people are laughing at them because they look silly, they're doing something wrong, they don't know how the machine works. So, as we say, maybe try and get some help. Speak to the personal trainers that work at the gym. They're not as scary as they look.
Essentially, they're there to help you.
It's their job, literally.
That is why they're there. They're all there to help you in some way or another. And I think kind of going back to that social media aspect, I think the way that it's being approached now online, used to see, I think this is where a lot of the anxiety comes from, because people would see videos of people filming other people in the gym and being like, oh, look what they're doing, like they look like an idiot. Now, I don't know if you two, like, again, mentioned this on the podcast we filmed this week, which was out tonight actually.
Yeah.
Joey Swole he's a massive guy on TikTok, but people send him videos because and he'll berate people who film others in the gym and take the mick out of them. He'll go in on them saying, how dare you? Like, how dare you? That it's not your place to tell someone who's just trying to train and get, and work out and better themselves that they're doing something wrong, or they look like an idiot, or that they're, and I think he's grown so much positivity in that space, which was previously quite a negative space. That I think it's doing wonders in terms of the social media side of things.
I think people just need to understand and remember that every single person starts somewhere. Everyone that you are looking at in the gym thinking that person's probably laughing at me because they clearly know what they're doing.
Again,
they started in the place you are.
I mentioned him again. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson used to be
a beginner.
He stepped in the gym for the first time once. I mean, he was probably 3 or something like that, but still, he did. Like he had a first gym session where he didn't know where anything was or what he was doing.
We all have.
It's crazy.
But we've gone back again and again and again. We've gone through those embarrassing times where I said on the podcast yesterday, when I first started going to the gym, I had like my YouTube videos at the ready, and I was like, right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. Today's the day. And I'd walk in and I'd go, nope, and turn back out again. Or I'd go in and I'd be like, right, I'll just walk on the treadmill and maybe tomorrow I'll try the weights. And that honestly went on for months. I just couldn't get myself to do it. And then when I finally did, this man came over to me and started telling me that I was doing it wrong. And he actually was probably just trying to help. But obviously at the time, it's humiliating. You think, I knew I shouldn't have tried. I knew this was going to happen. I'm not going again. But I did go again, and you do.
This teacher, Miss McCarthy, on Twitter, I asked my new class to write one thing they would like me to know before I start teaching them. This child wrote, I take a long time to do a poo. My record is 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I didn't realise my son Sam was in that class, but there we are.
Thanks, mate. That was just information I really needed to know right there. So you put fucking mayo on that as well. Jesus Christ. What pervert invented Kiss Chase?
Oh, wow. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah. There's only small children playing it as well, which is also really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. But I seem to remember girls starting it, not guys. Boys, even. Guys sounds weird for young children.
It does actually.
Yeah. But I remember it being girls doing it, and obviously they always chased the one they fancied all the time.
Definitely couldn't get away with that game as a fucking adult. No.
Could you imagine? They should have some sort of like club night for like one person turns up and it's just there in a fucking leather jacket. I'm here for the kiss chase night.
You get
Mind you.
arrested.
Go on.
I was say you get arrested. You're like, officer, I did nothing wrong. We were just playing kiss chase. I promise. I did nothing wrong.
How to catch the paedophiles. We're all going to have a collaboratively massive game of kiss chase in Sainsbury's car park. And all the weirdos turn up and the police like, thank you, and you and all perfect. I've got them all. Barry, I've got them all. I mean, where's David? Oh, we still haven't got bloody David. Bloody hell, I have to think of something else.
Why in my head was it like a fucked up version of Fight Club when no one knows about it? Don't talk about it. Secret kiss chase club adults.
The first rule of kiss chase is you don't talk about kiss chase.
Yes, damn right, yes.
Well, the fact that what if umbrellas were supposed to be called brellas, but the person who named them hesitated?
That has got to be one of the strongest journal entries in a while. That is fucking super.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Xander Berkeley.
Well, speaking of on-screen death, you were part of one of the most iconic death scenes in cinema history, in my opinion, in Terminator 2 as Todd, the very unfortunate foster father of John Connor. The special effects is incredible, especially for like 1991. What was that like to be part of?
Incredible. Like I said, I'd always had an affinity for the special effects makeup people, and Stan Winston was, the top of the top. And just getting to go to that studio out in North Hollywood and seeing what they had to do impressions and cast the back of my head because they were going to be making a retractable blade that would swing that way while looking like it's coming out that way, so that it's. But they gave me a blade, a long blade, to practice sword swallowing for 3 weeks because they had to have it far enough down my throat that it looked like it was coming out the back of my head when they retracted.
What the fuck?
I'm son of a bitch. The gag's on a damn toothbrush. Just, word of the wise, will get your hopes up. Yeah, so that was rough. And then Stan, brilliant man that he was, had left one calculation out. They had done the whole thing as though I were standing on a plane with the kitchen cabinet, forgetting that I had to do a backbend over the kitchen counter that precedes the kitchen cabinet. So I had, in order to be pinned to the cabinet, I had to do a backbend, and it looked physically impossible. Like right at the beginning, and Cameron turned to Stan and went, "Thanks, Dan. There goes $250,000. That way." And I watched his world crush, and I said, "Hey, Jim, I can try it. It's not going to be pretty." And then because they had in the original one, they had a tube of milk and a tube of blood that went down the back side of the blade that split at the back so that it wouldn't come out pink, so that it would be blood and milk. As I'm, pinned against the cover for just a minute before flopping down to the ground. And that was so gross, and people got so grossed out that they said, "Well, we'll get rid of those tubes." And thank you. After the first one, and I didn't have to gag on that again. But yeah, it's a combination of plastic, real tricks and CGI at its inception. They basically had dot to dots of actual things that they could use as their points of reference to then flow in between. And Jeanette, who's going to be at the Manchester Comic-Con, along with our child Edward Furlong, John, and Janelle and Todd are going to get back together for the first time in a very long time.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited as hell. Because you work together on something. I think we all knew that this is, as long as we live, this thing was going to be around and be a part of film history. There was so much intelligence and coolness going on at that time with Jim, well, his brain. The puppeteers of Stan's school had made one arm with freckles and everything morphing into the blade that went through my head. That behind Jeanette, you know, an underframe, these guys were holding these poles that would pull it out, and her arm was outside of her dress, and so it's of her, like just her blouse, and the puppet arm is going through the arm sleeve. And so it's that kind of like practical trick. And then the thing that's fit like a glove, like just like a skin against the back of my head with the retractable blade attachment. There's puppeteer down below holding the pulley that's going to make the at the same time. But there were hours where I'm doing a back bend, hours and hours until all hours of the morning where I had to match. They had to match the glint with the blade in the back and the blade. And getting close, Tim. We have to photograph the whole room so we can put that reflection onto it. Nobody can move. You cannot move. And when they take the blade out, I fall on the ground. He goes, if you move this much while you're like, you know, if you move this much, you'll fuck the whole thing up.
Got my pressure.
Okay, got you. So it's frozen. And literally, there was 4 o'clock in the morning. It was winter in LA, and it does get cold at night there, especially when the sliding glass door in this real house with real kitchen cabinets you can't get out of the way. You have to do a back bend over and slump down now. The cables for the camera and the sound and everything are are holding the sliding glass doors that are right next to the cabinet where I've fallen. And icy winds coming in, and Jim personally keeps swirling and adding more blood and milk in a swirl in a little puddle next to me because it kept being absorbed into my jeans. Crying my ass with all this milk and blood. That was a strange experience for me. I'll tell you what, that's not a typical day for me. I remember Jim sent me a bottle of Cristal champagne. My girlfriend and I went out to a fancy restaurant and had somewhere down the line, and that was just, to me, that was enough that he acknowledged what torture I put myself through.
That's awesome.
He amazed how much people don't make those gestures, and so it's nice when they do.
Hi, I'm Steve Laporte.
The other thing that stands out to me as well regarding your level of work with T2 is that blend of special effects, computer generated, and the practical side of it. Like we mentioned earlier, Xander Berkeley. That scene with the sword hand knife, I don't know what to describe it as, going through his neck. Like, it's clearly computer animated, but that is there. Like, he is
There
acting,
is such, there's a tiny bit. I mean, that rig, when they had that thing, it's like a switchblade. And, you know, Xander had to sit just right so he could get the noise and all those things. I mean, to get it. So there's seamless editing. It was tricky. And I remember that. We shot that at night in this little house. And it was like hours lining it up and getting it ready. And Stan Winston's guys were all there with their rigs. And we're lining Xander up. And then, you know, and the whole thing with the wife pulls her hand up and her hand goes, it stretches. She had an arm that turned into a blade. We had a fake arm on her, so we got to see what the final product would look like. And then when you see it in the show, you go, oh, that's how they did it. Yeah. So, you know, all the props were important. You know, when they blew up Robert Patrick, you know, the liquid nitrogen gets on him and he goes, hasta la vista, baby, and shoots him and he just shatters into pieces. You know, we shot that as a practical prop. And then CGI comes in and you see like the liquid mercury on the ground bubbling and slowly crawling together. And it connects all those things. So we shot all the practical stuff. And then the magic happens that you don't see until the end of the movie. So that was exciting.
It's so clever how you blend the two. Like,
but it makes, you know what it does? It makes you think that way. So if you're in a conversation with a director 20 years later, you think that way. You think we do this much like this, and then we do this stuff over here like that. And I use that kind of verbiage to explain how we do an effect. And on my last show on Code Black, we had this conversation with the director of the pilot, and I'm explaining how we're going to shoot this dummy, but we're going to cut from the actor to the dummy and put someone on top of the dummy, pressing on it, doing chest compressions without hurting the actor because we're using a dummy, and we'll run some tubes. And I'm explaining all this, and he pauses and he goes, "Tell me something. Are you a makeup artist or a filmmaker?" And I said, "I'm a fucking filmmaker, man."
God, Jamie. No member of Metallica has ever appeared on Sesame Street. Master of Puppets, my ass.
That's a missed opportunity if ever there was one. My God, why has that never happened?
No, get him on.
Say no.
And for some reason, there seems to be rotund characters that are in control of things. The Fat Controller's another one. I mean, they didn't even fucking bother giving him a name. It's when he's fucking fat and he controls shit. Done. That's his name sorted.
They did change his name, though.
Did they?
Yeah, he's Mr. Top and Hat now.
Oh, because you can't put fat in things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he wears a top hat, so it's still fucking...
Oh, Jesus
literal.
Christ. Why can't I just call him Bill or Greg?
Yeah. Greg.
You know what I mean? There's Gordon and James and Henry. Just give him a fucking first name. Why?
Greg the Controller.
Well, it works.
It does work. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. What's he going to be called next? Black Coat McGee? I don't know. Fuck it. That's because I wear a black coat and my name's Gilbert. I don't fucking know where the gee came from. I made a joke and then I fucked it halfway through. It's basically what happened there. And I panicked, and Gilbert was the first that came out of my face. I don't know what's going on here. I'm meant to be controlling trains, not worrying about what I'm fucking wearing to name myself. It's weird. Me, I'll take one slice of goth lasagna, please. Store clerk, that's a chocolate cake.
That's it. Chocolate cake will forever be known as goth lasagna. That's it. Done. That's fucking beautiful.
Oh, that's great, isn't it?
Hi, my name is Amelia, and I'm the founder of Goth Rug Productions. And
when I found a group of alternative people I'd hang around with in town, I'd be like, "Now there's loads of us, and they're all being treated like this. It's not just me."
It was just like, it's the sense of community that I get from it, because I'm autistic as well. It's always been a social, there's always been social constraints, but every time I've been around alternative people, I felt like suddenly I can talk. I suddenly have a voice. Suddenly people are actually interested in the things that I'm saying, the things that I'm doing. And, you don't get that a lot in just kind of like basic kind of groups of people. There's a lot of, intolerance towards not only like how you dress, but what you're interested in, like how you talk, how you communicate is always a big issue. But it's never been like that with alternative people. That's why I feel like I've found my place. And I want my events to be something like that other people can find friends, find their place in the community, because it's so important that, we all support each other. We don't want any internal wars.
No. I mean, that is the point I was going to bring on to next. You said it there. I mean, that is why gig culture and music festivals and stuff are so important to this community, because it's like we can all just get together and be like, we can relax now.
Yeah, I think that was the thing when I was at Download. I went in 2023, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have to, worry what I'm dressed like, what my makeup's like. And I came home and it kind of just like hit me. I was like, guess I'm a bit out of place now back in university.
You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Really,
yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter where you are. You should be able to just be you. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? It's like, I know we have these big, bloodsucker bladders. Obviously, it's like one big family, and you feel like you can be yourself, and you feel safe because you're not going to get ridiculed or screamed at or shouted at or whatever. But then you should be able to go back into the mainstream real world and be able to be like, yeah, this is who I am. Why don't you fuck off? What's it got to do with you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you're not brave enough to put corpse paint on or makeup on or like the way out, you know what I mean? It's just like, stop being jealous. Just leave me alone.
Hi, this is Dave McPherson. I'm from the band In Me.
Not that I want to bring the tone down slightly, but just a little bit. What is something that you've learned about yourself throughout your journey in music?
For good or bad, I'm a very passionate person, very emotional person. Didn't take me much. We said patient, left to the ward to go be somewhere else, and just like at work, choking up, tears coming down my eyes, sort of thing. So I'm quite an emotional person, and that's evident in the music as well. But I don't mind that. I'm happy about that. I think I get that from my mother. So what have I learned about myself through music over the years? Is that the general question?
Throughout your journey, yeah.
That this is the one time I'll swear in this interview, that I really fucking love music.
Yes.
That's the bite. That's the sound bite.
I'm just going to use that to promote this whole interview now. I fucking love music.
but before that, I said this is the only time I swear.
Yeah.
Because I'm a respectable man these days.
Oh, Dave,
like you swear. Well, I swear when the context is right or the company I'm with. But yeah, I guess working an actual, hospital job taught me about my Essex potty mouth ways.
Yeah.
And then I just replace things with like flipping and blimming and yeah.
Oh, sugar.
I make oh good gosh golly. Blimey crikey. Shut the front door.
I love that one.
It's a good one, that, but it's overused. It's not cool anymore. So. Unless you go, shut the front door.
Yeah.
You can still get away with that at work.
I own a bakery. And a lady phoned me up wanting a cake with "I suck cocks" written on it. I thought it was really weird, but I made it anyway. Mrs. Cox was livid when I delivered it. So was her son, Isaac.
And that's why good handwriting is important.
And I didn't realise, Jamie Westwood, that I'd got some hot sauce over my finger. And I went to wipe. I was getting like, oh, Jesus Christ, bit hot. Wipe the old nose. And what did I do? Wipe the old nose and shove hot sauce straight up my nostrils. So yeah, it wasn't very pleasant. I was surprised it turned into a dragon. I was kind of gutted because I was like breathe fucking fire through it. It was literally, but I could smell amazing because it's like cleared my head. Yeah.
Oh, that couldn't have been done. How hot are we talking when we say hot
I could have fucking told you what people are eating in the restaurants down the road. He's having chicken chow mein with prawn crackers. and Schwez, I can never say it. Schwez and pork. Schwez and pork. Sweet chan. Schwez and chan pork. He's having that really tasty spicy pork. That's called Schwez pork. That pork from Chinese with a big S and a Z after it. You know that. He's having that. Schwez. I'm also got Schwez.
I sort of want to hear you trying to say that to a Chinese person and a Chinese person trying to say Worcestershire sauce at you. Just like
No. If I tried to say Schwez pork at somebody, he would knock me the fuck out. He'd be like, he'd just kick me straight in the bollocks, and then a foot would come out of nowhere and just knock me straight out. I'd be like, what the Jesus Christ, where did that come from? My 13-year-old cousin asked my boyfriend, who's a teacher, by the way, how he fucking sleeps at night knowing he's giving people homework.
Bravo, because homework is bullshit.
We don't get it anymore.
No, but I've never liked the idea of homework. It pisses me off when the kids get given it. It's bullshit. I hate
Why?
it. Because they're there at school for 6 hours and then you expect them to come home and do more fucking learning. That's their home time with their family to relax. Give them more fucking work to do.
Did you get Vietnam flashbacks by any chance?
I did a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ronnie Ledrew. So I do things with Zippy on programs like The Last Leg, if you know that, Channel 4.
Yeah, love that show.
I love that show. They are wonderful to work with, hilarious. I mean, the reason why Zippy got onto that was that, it's a live show and somebody tweeted in or X'd in or whatever you call it, a comment something like, Josh Whitcomb, you sound like Zippy. And so they thought they'd bring Zippy as a surprise guest the following week. And I don't think Josh knew. And then Zippy popped up and said, and of course, is it Alex? No,
Alex Brooker.
Alex, lovely Alex Brooker. But there was also the lovely Australian guy who's brilliant.
Adam Hills.
Adam Hills. Thank you so much for your
You're welcome,
name.
Sorry.
Adam, you've got to get a word in edgeways, haven't you, really? I do apologise. Anyway, so Adam is amazing presenter. I mean, he's so quick and fast, and they're both, all of them are lovely. Anyway, and he sort of said, "Oh, Zippy, you sound like," and I said, "Oh, and he said, well, you sound like Josh Whitcomb." I said, "Oh, don't. He sounds like," and I was doing all this, and then Josh walked in, and there was a lovely sort of just a bit of silly nonsense with them, and then I appeared on it again. I've forgotten, and now I know the first name, Rylan, who is the guy with the beard, and
yes,
he presents stuff. He was there as a guest, and they, as a joke, he was going to marry a gimp with a zip, the funny. And so we had this scene where Ryland and this gimp were going down, and I think Adam was the priest, and I think what was Josh doing? But I think Alex was playing an organ for the, supposed to be in a church or something, and Zippy was behind the pulpit with the rings because he was the best man, and that was the idea for that. And that, I mean, that was so funny. And Ryland's lovely, by the way. He's really, I mustn't be rude, but I thought, I wonder whether I'm going to like this guy, whether he's just a bit too much. Absolutely genuine, really nice.
Is there any more of these animal things we haven't discussed? How exactly does one know how it feels to have ants in your pants?
I don't know, but why have you said it's so very British of you, Jamie?
I know, yeah.
How does one know that they enjoy ants in thine pants? Yes. Well, lovely. One does enjoy one ants in one's pants. Yes, because what I thought would be a jolly good time is I was very bored one day, you see, and I had one of those sticks with the two weird wishy-bone bits at the end. So I thought I was, where you had to go hunting for shit. I don't fucking know what it's for, but there we are. I wanted to kill some foxes, weirdly. It was odd. Very weird feeling. I had dogs with me and everything. Anyway, and then I noticed some ants. I was like, I wonder what they feel like around my penis. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll pick some up and I'll put them in. See what happens. See what fucking happens. And thus created the term ants in your pants. So if you have a little dance or you need a little wee, there you go. Oh, me. God, my new book is fantastic. Friend. Oh, would you want to borrow it when you're done then? Me. You can't colour it in twice.
I don't know why I thought of this, but
I'm worried.
You know how when you go for job interviews and they're like, they want an example of what you can do in the job. Like,
right, yeah.
If sales position, how would you sell me this? What are job interviews like in sex shops?
I'd imagine. Do you know what this is? Yeah, it's a dildo. Exactly. And what do we do with it? We suck, lick, and fuck it. Exactly. And whereabouts do we sick? Don't be sick on it. That's gonna be fucking weird. That. What's that? It's the vomit dildo. This is brand new vomit dildo.
Fucks up you.
It's so fucking massive. It gets right down your gullet, and you fucking throw up all over it.
Just a bit of
packaging. Your chest is bulging every time. Like,
I do that on the packaging. Goes right down your gullet. But that's why I imagine it was like, boom, sell me this.
Here's your brands of six you can have. You can have 85-year-old man, 65-year-old lady, 45-year-old divorcee from Halifax. You can have a 25-year-old hooker. You can have a 20-year-old. Yeah, weird. But that's why I imagine it's just a case of like, can you sell shit? And are you good with people, talking to people, and not like... could you imagine someone in a sex shop that's like really scared to say the swear words or the words that involve, the sexual organs or anything like that? Like, hello, yes, are you what you here for? Oh, you want a butt plug? Yes, of course. We have those butt plugs over here. Yes, they're just in the anal cavity section. Oh. So don't worry. I'm not a as you say, I'm not a sex machine. But, why the fuck do we hate guts and no other organ?
That's a fucking good point.
I hate your guts. Okay, why? Not my heart or my liver or my lungs. Just my guts. Just my intestine. Why my intestines? All of a sudden, do you hate? Thus, do they smell? Is it? It's such a weird. It's such a weird thing to say. Oh, I hate your guts. The rest of you's fine. Just look at your abdomen. Look at it there with its abdomen-y ways. Don't like it. Just absolutely hate your abdomen-y ways.
I'm sat here trying to think: is there a logical reason for it? But I'm other than I hate the fact you're brave.
I love what I also love is the idea of someone checking someone out when they start at the feet. And they're like, oh yeah. Oh, look at them legs. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're coming to the pelvis. Yeah, we love that pair. Fucking hate that. Look at the state of that. Oh yeah, the body, beautiful. And the face. It's such a weird just this area above thine ass and below thine diaphragm, can't stand it.
Fucking worst I've ever seen. I hate him. I fucking hate him. Why?
Love me. Oh, there's a moth in my room. That's brilliant, isn't it? Hello, Mr. Moth. You can die now. See you later.
That's our guest for this week.
It's Mothman. Jamie, I'm really disappointed to learn that Kenny Loggins' Christmas album is called December and not Highway to the Manger Zone.
Oh, God, that's a miss trick. That's fucking brilliant. What a beautiful pun. That's fucking incredible.
Absolutely superb. That'll be the greatest name ever.
It really would.
Hi, I'm Jason Heitman, the vocalist of Chaos Reigns.
Hi, I'm Billy Padmore, the bassist for Chaos Reigns.
What was it you wanted to be when you were growing up? What was that first initial thing you wanted to be? Has it always been music for you, or was it like race car driver? I don't know.
I wanted to be a dinosaur. For
Yeah, I was going to
say.
say.
Yes,
great answer. Yeah, I actually going on that dinosaur tour. I went to the Natural History Museum recently, and I was thrown because I was like, yeah, I'm going to tell you all the names of these dinosaurs, and they've all changed their names now. It's
what?
Like, yeah.
What?
So like the iguanodon, a classic one. I can't tell you what it's called now, but I was a bit like, I'm an idiot getting it wrong.
You can't just do a dinosaur reboot.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
Marvel? Like,
yeah. And yeah, I was like, you know, it's great seeing them all, but I just felt like an idiot not being up to date with my knowledge.
Oh, fun.
Why are they? I can imagine you go up to the Tyrannosaurus Rex and it's like, oh, the T Rex. Like, no, sorry. It's actually the Tyrannotyraur.
Yeah,
it's the what? Sorry, the Tyrannotyraur. That's what it's called now.
I think that one's pretty safe. Like, I think.
Okay, I was gonna say
there's too much history with that one, but yeah, Iguanodon is one of the C-level, like C-listers, so they can afford to change it. I can't remember what it's been changed to. I think it's named after the person who discovered it. Which I would have thought was hundreds of years ago. So
you would have thought so.
Yeah. Were there people around during the dinosaur age? There wasn't, was there?
No.
So how can the person who discovered it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say. That really threw me for a second. Then I'm not going to lie.
Write that down.
What dinosaur do you want to be, Jason?
I think it'd probably be a Velociraptor.
Okay.
I remember watching like JP Jurassic Park, and like obviously there's that sweet bit in the diner when it does the cool thing with the claw and like taps the floor, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a badass dinosaur.
That's what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be cool.
They're feathered now. They're a lot smaller, and they're like they're like that big with feathers on.
I'm something of a small and feathery creature myself, so. So if anything, I'm on brand.
It's that bit where it comes out the bushes. He just goes, clever girl.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And I think I am a clever girl. So
I am James Bond.
Wonderful. Billy, what about you?
Yeah, I liked them as well. Like, there were so many like cool ones. I really liked the Ankylosaurus, which was the one which had like the tail with like the kind of the club on the end.
Yeah.
I remember, like, you know, so many like dinosaur magazines I got and everything, and it's like, oh, it would use that to like kind of break the ankles of any predators that were coming after it. And I was like, that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I realised that I should have elaborated more on what I was asking, but I was meant to say like what you want to be when you were growing up. But the dinosaur conversation, we can keep going. I don't mind.
Hey, we're berries.
I think it was the phase of like finding Busted and stuff, and then being like, ooh, guitars and whatnot.
Band that everyone pretended to hate but secretly loved.
Exactly.
Because they are men.
But what a band, you know.
They are superb. What about you, Lexi? Where's that look come from for you?
So my brother was very much into rock music from like a really young age, rock and metal. So my love for music came from that. But I tell you what really inspired me, which is far superior than Venga Boys, sorry, Lauren, and Freaky Friday. But it was Hanson.
Oh, the boys.
And I couldn't work out at the time, I can't remember how old I was, but I couldn't work out at the time whether I wanted to be the drummer or marry the drummer. And he must have been like
Drummer was the youngest. He's the youngest.
I know. He must have been like 6 years old, and I think I was also 5 or 6 or something. Anyway, I just thought he was the coolest person in the world. So then I started playing drums.
That makes a whole lot of sense. I've always said Man from Milwaukee from that first Hanson album is just a work of art. Fantastic song.
There you go.
We encourage love for Zach Hanson in this show.
Yeah, we love Zach Hanson.
You can pick up, like, if you listen to Berries, you can pick up a lot of different influence. Just answered my own question there. There you go. That's where the inspiration for the band sound come. Venga Boys, Hanson, and Freaky Friday soundtrack. Done.
There you go. That's the second album in the bag.
No, but seriously, who are those artists that did actually inspire you to start doing this?
I'm not joking. Hanson definitely inspired me. But then as I got older, I wanted to be or tour with Alkaline Trio. They were like one of the first bands that I just fell madly in love with. And I was just like, I must own every single thing that they put out. So yeah.
Or Hanson went from one 3-piece to another.
I know.
And I mean, you're a 3-piece, so what's going on here? Closes book, slowly removes glasses, and thoughtfully cleans them with a small cloth. I honestly don't think Waldo's in there.
Oh. It's about time we had a fucking stupid entrance, wasn't it? Yeah, there it is.
I'm sitting in my glorious. I'm just like, yeah, I love that moment. That's a great moment.
That was good. It was good. About an hour ago, I discovered possibly the greatest news article I've ever read. I might be overselling it.
According to Jamie Westwood.
According to Jamie Westwood. This is a story of a 9-year-old boy from Derbyshire. Right. He went all the way to Europe. I think it was Denmark he went to compete in the European Championships of the Seagull Impersonation Competition.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a little boy dressed as a seagull, sounding exactly like a seagull.
Oh, right.
Cooper Wallace, a gull enthusiast from Chesterfield, competed in the 4th European Gull Championship in Belgium on Sunday, taking to the stage in a full gull costume, and won 92 points out of 100, making him first place in the junior category.
Why is this a thing?
My favourite sentence out of this whole article. As part of his act, he lunged at a large cone of chips being held by his sister.
Oh.
My school friends thought it was annoying at first, but not now that I've won. I just wanted to enjoy myself making seagull noises. But he does admit they can be a bit scary, as when he was younger, one stole a ham sandwich from him.
Is that why he's become one?
That is why he's become one. He actually said, I saw like a little interview with him on like Good Morning Britain or This Morning or whatever it was. He says, I feel like I may have had Spider-Man syndrome because I got attacked by the seagull and now I can do really good impressions of them.
And one stole my ham sandwich and it went over my head and nipped my finger. So we think it's a Spider-Man effect that I do the seagull noise.
I get that parents are meant to be encouraging and you know what I mean, right? Hang on, right? I get the parents are meant to be encouraging for whatever their children want to be. He's not the one that got molested in Sunderland, is he?
By a seagull.
By the guy that masturbated over a seagull.
Oh, fuck, I forgot all about that. I'm going to guess it's not him.
Okay.
Unless that's code for having his ham sandwich stolen.
This is concerning as fuck, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, why?
Let's keep in mind, he won the junior category. So there is also a shit ton of other kids taking part in this.
Who wakes up one morning and just goes, "Fat's been a seagull today"? I was thinking about this earlier, Jamie. So Baby Reindeer, obviously about stalkers. Do you reckon Enrique Iglesias' song Hero is based on the same thing?
Ooh.
Let me be your hero. Do you reckon he's kidnapped somebody and now he wants to make it look like he's the good guy instead? Because who the fuck would put in their lyrics, "Would you tremble if I touched your lips"?
Would you tremble if I touched your lips?
No, I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Depends which lips he's touching, really.
Well, no. Let's not. This is meant to be funny. Let's not make this sexual. I'm actually trying to make a point here. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So literally, can you think of somebody who sat there who fucking runs their fingers over someone's lips like, "Oh, yeah, would you like that? Yeah, are you trembling? Are you trembling when I touch your lips? Yeah." Because how do you touch them? Like, this. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I can't say I've ever done that.
Like, oh yeah, are you trembling? Are you fucking trembling? Look at you trembling. And it kind of makes me think of like she's there like, "Please let me go. Just can you let me go, please?" But then, is it a woman? Is it not a guy? Because later on, I'm reading this and say, "Am I in too deep? Have I lost my mind?" Do you know? And you're like, "Well, Enrique, I mean, if they're struggling and take to fucking get out, then I imagine you are in too deep."
Probably, yes. I'm still lost on this lip lyric. It's really thrown me.
But also there is, "Would you swear that you'll always be mine?" as a lyric as well. It kind of it's creepy as fuck.
It is quite creepy.
There's a whole hidden connotation to hero. Is actually not about being a hero, but about he's kidnapped somebody and now he's stalking them, just like Baby Reindeer.
And to think how many people have probably had that as their wedding song and stuff like that over the years. Oh, we're romanticizing a kidnapper.
Yeah.
This is me, Coco DeVille. A few of my friends, and we started off in like a little burlesque cabaret troupe, which, it's playing around with like gender politics and stuff. Because, when you're at university, you're all edgy like that. And we did quite well. We went and did shows at Edinburgh Fringe, and there was good. And this was like years ago, so about like 18 years ago. So burlesque and sort of in burlesque cabaret drag was not as mainstream as it was now. So there's some people that were like, what are they doing? What is this? And there were some people like, wow, this is really cool. Because burlesque and cabaret and music hall entertainment was just beginning to embrace a revival. And yeah, so we were in the troupe, and then like a 90s boy band, we decided to go our separate ways.
Oh.
I mean, and I decided to stay. So I was like, I like the taste of this. I like this. And granted, it was nice being in a troupe and bouncing off each other. But I was like, I'm just gonna have a go and see if I can create some acts and create these personas and see how far I get with it. And look at me now.
Wow. So you're like the Beyonce of Destiny's Child. Essentially is what we're saying.
Oh my
here.
God, can I have that?
Yeah, of course you can.
That is great. Oh my god, that is oh my god, that's like legit what actually happened though. Like,
But yeah, the way you described it, that's the first thing that came into my head. When you mentioned 90s boy bands breaking up, I was like, well, hang on a second. Let's not forget Destiny's Child, one of the greatest, pop trios ever.
yeah. Because that was the thing. It was like there was a point where like me and my friends were like, "Oh, shall we like have a reunion?" And I was totally up for it. And just one of the other performers, she was like, "No, I don't really want to do it anymore." And it's like, okay,
All right, Kelly.
That's such a Kelly Rowland thing to say.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm up for it, but oh my god, that's actually so hilarious. I never even thought of it like that. But like, legit, that's well.
You're giving me a big ego, Vanessa. Let's bring that to earth a little bit now.
Hi, I'm Dave Hill.
Did I see you open for Snoop Dogg once?
I did, yeah. I opened for him. I actually was just looking at a picture of it today because someone asked to see it. And yeah, I think it was like 2015. Earlier that year, I had opened up for Ryan Adams at Moody Theater, Austin City Limits in Austin, Texas. And my friend Jack had, said like, oh, Ryan wants a comedian. And so he's like, do you want to do it? So I came down from New York and I did it, and it was a blast, and ended up doing some more shows with Ryan later that year. And some time passed, and then they're like, Snoop Dogg's coming. Do you want to open up for him? And I was like, 1000%, of course. And the next day I texted him. I was like, is this real? Like, is this where? And he's like, yeah, it's done. And I said that my only request, aside from, huge stack of cash, is I'm like, you have to put my name in every form of advertising for this show, because it's going to be a complete disaster. But I just want the story. That's all. The only reason I'm doing it, which is, and it was in many ways amazing, but also in many other ways an absolute disaster. Depending on who you ask, I would say of the 2,000 people in attendance, I would say 500 people were like totally on board and very pro Dave. But the remainder of the people in attendance were kind of like, why is that guy testing the microphone for so long? Why is he out there?
With all these fucking big 3 letters. Yeah. So I watched WWE while I went to HMV. Then I ate some KFC while I was wearing some fucking CAT footwear. Whilst I work for JCB, driving my BMW. And then I went to bank at HSBC, but there's 4 letters and it's not 3, so I can't be banking there.
I thought, fuck it, I'm going to go to Lloyd's TSB.
Yeah, it's not Lloyd's TSB anymore, it's just TSB now.
Is it changed just to TSB now?
Lloyd's Bank and TSB now, they're separate things. They're separate
that fits the joke better, even better.
Yeah. TSB clearly just went, we've had enough of you, Lloyd's, we've had enough of your shit. We're going to go do our own thing, thank you. Exactly. Not literally, obviously, she's Black Beauty. We can't be doing that to Black Beauty. I've just heard a woman say, Alexa, put the umbrella down in a shop. It took me so much longer than it should to realise she was talking to a fucking kid and not an Amazon Echo. I was on the phone to a company last week, and they asked me if I had this date free. So I was looking through my calendar and I started making a lot of noise. Jamie, why is it that we always make noises when keeping people on our phone to assure that we're still there?
Oh, we do, don't we?
Why do we always do that? So she goes, are you free this day? And I went, let me look at the calendar. Do. Just making sure that I'm still here. La 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 la. And it's really weird. Or some people go, do that. Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Make loads of noise. It's really weird. It just came to me and I went, I'm so sorry. I'm just assuring you that I'm still here.
It's like our internal monologue is coming up with our own on hold music. It's like make sure they know we haven't hung up the phone on them.
That's a genius. I might start doing that.
Please hold.
You are caller number one in the queue. Ba, 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 ba. Right. Oh, it's always the same piano music that gets played. It's always the same piece of classical music that gets played.
I assure you, your call is important to me. Do 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 do
Yeah.
do.
Whilst you're here, have you ever tried looking at my website that I don't own? On there, yeah, but I just realised I started doing it. I started being like tum 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 tum. So I'm available do Thursday. How is Friday? We can make it to a whole fucking musical.
Good, actually. We really should.
Yeah.
My name's Steve. I play bass in Little Lives. Here's the scene. We're driving to our first date in Sweden. Pearl Jam is on the radio. Vibes are great. We're just, we've booked our van. We've got merch. We've rented all of our gear. We're hot and ready to go, right? First day it was supposed to be in Sweden. Luke gets a call from the tour manager. Music goes down. Says, hey, okay, yeah. Hangs up. Tour's canceled. Like, what? And he's like, yeah, okay. So we pull off at a rest stop in Belgium. And it's not unlike the US. They sell beer and like at the side of a rest stop. And like, yeah, there's been some family stuff. Tours canceled. They were supposed to come meet us tomorrow. So I went in to the gas station, like, I'm slamming a beer. I don't care. I need this right now. I'm so, because we've, like I was saying, like we leverage our own personal finances to do this. Like, and we're moving to the point where it is more financially viable for us to do this, but it's still based on our personal finances, especially at that point. We had no representation, done 3 shows, headed to Europe. So I'm trying to sort it out, and I'm slamming this beer. I'm like, I don't feel any more calm. And I look, and I accidentally grabbed the 0,0 beer, like a non-alcoholic. I was just, so we kind of went, okay, it's like Friday. The first show was going to be on Saturday. What do we have as our options to do? So we're like, well, no matter what, we have to go back to England. So we got on the ferry. We, 2 hours after getting off the ferry, get on the ferry. We're back, and we're just like, who do we call? What can we do? Because at the end of it, we were like, well, we think we get to do a BBC in studio session. So do we just like go home, or do we come back? Do we try and slug it out? What do we do? And so, unlike the US, it seems like in England and Europe, when the weekend hits, everyone's just like, cool, phone off. Like no one does much. Where in the US, it's very common to have access to everyone at all times, even on your days off. So we're like, cool, nothing's really going to get sorted until Monday. But we'll put in as many calls as we can. I mean, I'm reaching out to people that I barely know through Facebook that might know a promoter somewhere in the UK just to try and find anything. And so Monday rolls around and people were just like, yeah, sure, we'd love to add you to this show. And so we picked up, I think, like 7 shows on in one day. We were like, whoa, okay. And then Tuesday rolls around and we went from having an entire tour get canceled to having 14 days, no days off.
We bring you the Chronicles of Moon Reaper.
I was doing vocals in my car, and I was doing Master of Puppets because that's a great warm up song for me. And anyway, I'm fucking
seat position as well.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. So I'm doing vocals in my car because I need to warm up before the show. This is a show that we've had to get a hotel for. So I got out of the hotel, got in my car, and I was like, no one around. Probably be all right if I just do a bit here, you know, and get warmed up. And literally, the moment I get onto my harsh vocals, a fucking dude pulls up in the space next to me. In the space next to me. So I'm like, fuck. So I gotta like adjust my seat and just just go
Lying
backwards,
down in
lie
your
down
car.
in my car. And I'm like, oh, hopefully you won't see me.
Meanwhile, I've warmed up in the hotel room because
Yeah, sure, and terrorize some hotel residents. It was one or the other.
no, it was in the checkout window, so there wasn't as many people around. At least lying down in the car. Going,
Hey, this guy wouldn't leave his fucking car. He was just sat there. He just like he just thought he'd chill in a car park for a bit. I was like, mate, just leave. Like, I'm trying to.
I like the idea of you going back as you're doing the scream. So with the sound of the and then the high on the way up, just back and forth constantly.
I wonder if he was waiting for you to fuck off so he could go dogging.
Yeah.
For the Chronicles
Yes, my
of
dude.
Defects 2, being on tour so much recently, has that like brought you guys closer together as a band? But you
Oh
sort
no,
of
I hate every single one of them.
Yeah, everyone apart from Harry's fucking sick. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's cool, man. Just apart from Luke, he's a bit of a prick.
mate, I said it first. You can't just turn it back like
No,
Uno reverse.
no, but-
Fuck you.
You know what happens though.
I'm
What
not
I
that
will
happy
say
with
is,
everyone.
no, we are all closer, but now it's like you know when you fuck with your siblings, it's that level. It's gotten to like a savage point where sometimes it's a bit like, I don't know if that's the line. You know what I mean? Like we were in
Always setting the bar.
we had a day off after Grass Pop. Obviously, it was a free bar. Everyone was really kicking it over the next day. And we booked this like really nice Airbnb. It was in a little town in Germany, about an hour away from the festival. And like it was just it was a lovely day. And our tour manager had gone and got my mattress from my bed, and we had a little balcony. And all of a sudden, he's just appeared from the kitchen with my mattress to lie down outside on it. And I was like, brilliant, cool. And he didn't even put it back. It was just out there all day. So I've gone for dinner with a few of the guys, and I've got a message from Luke just saying, yeah, he's thrown your mattress over the balcony. So at this moment in time, I'm having a lovely meal. Like I'm on a canal somewhere. I'm like chill. I'm like, mate, I had the best day of my life yesterday. It was amazing. Get this text. I literally threw my money down and left. Missed dessert. That was
the first thing you said to me when you got back. You was like, "You fucking dickhead! I've missed dessert for this."
Yeah, I got in. So I banged on the door and like pretty much kicked it open. And Luke, our tour manager, and our sound guy just stood there waiting for me, just pissing themselves because they knew I'd have that reaction. Obviously, they hadn't done it, but I was just, oh mate, missed dessert, man. That's what
Still
I was
angry about now.
Mate, I'm a sweet guy. I like treats after a rich bolognese. So it pissed me off, that did. But yeah,
That's
I just want to let you know, just in case you feel like you missed out, right? You did.
Yeah.
You might know this. Did you once know that Stevie Nicks once turned down a marriage proposal from William Shatner because she didn't want to be known as Stevie Shatner Nicks?
Took me a minute to put it together.
Oh
my god! I want it to be true.
That's amazing. If that's true, that is amazing. That's got you. That's got you.
That's really tickled me.
Teachers of Reddit, what's the funniest thing you've ever heard a student say that you unfortunately had to punish them for? Well, I had recess duty a few years back. A kindergarten girl came running over with another girl right after her, and she said, "Miss, she called me the B word." When I asked the second student if she'd called the first student the B word, she turned to the first kid and said, "Motherfucker doesn't start with a B." I managed to turn my laugh into a cough, but yeah, no more recess for her that day.
Because like you see people like me and yourself, and you can sort of go, "Yeah, I imagine they're probably listening to some form of rock or metal." There's other people out there. It started all because of my boss at work, actually, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck he would listen to. I can't peg you to a music taste at all. And
I mean, I don't think he wants you to peg him to a music taste because if he swims that way first.
Tell me, Steve, what are you listening to?
How shall I fuck you in the ass? Do you want to reggae, a bit of rap, a bit of hip hop? What do you fancy? A bit of smooth jazz?
That's me not being able to look at my boss in the eyes ever again.
I suddenly said you pegged him to. I can't peg you to any tunes. I don't know why. I'm just not attracted to you.
We're just gonna have to have no music on, Steve. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jamie, to completely make that sexual. Please continue.
Yeah, you have a go at me, think it's going to be rude about poo or something, and you're the one that turns it the wrong way. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I was just wondering if anyone else ever wondered what people listen to.
I think when I listen to music, I always mouth myself singing when I'm walking. So I was like, if I'm singing, I'm just like, when I'm walking, and people are like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" You know.
Other that, or I actually just sing out loud and don't care.
Oh, I don't do that.
I've done
I
that
go to
before.
the next level. That's fair enough.
It's more like I'll see, is there anyone around? There's no one around. I can sing, and then the next thing you know, there's someone there. I'm like, I better mouth this bit.
Jamie, cum is such an ugly word. I prefer creme de la penis.
Oh. I never ever want that said to me by anyone.
How glorious is that? How fucking glorious. Hello, madame. Would you like some creme de la penis? I can give it to you fresh today. Don't you worry about that.
I mean, when you use that accent, it works.
Bonjour, madame. Can I interest you in some creme de penis?
Oh, fuck me, that's fucking beautiful.
I was at work yesterday.
Yes.
Minding my own business. And our ophthalmic director was stood at the physimeter doing his bits and pieces for physimetering some glasses, which tells you what prescription's in those glasses because you don't know, because they're from somewhere else. He was happily just doing his bits and pieces, stood in front of the confidential waste bin. I had some confidential waste. And I was like, I must dispose of said confidential waste, as it can't be left out anywhere. The confidential waste slit is right at crotch height. So I went to throw I was like, oh, sorry, Terry, I'm just behind you. I'm just going to throw this in. And he was like, yeah, no bother. Threw it and missed. So then I then went to then push it with a cupping hand motion as he turned around and I full on grabbed his cock and balls. And that's why you should never touch an optician's penis.
So while he was doing his bits and pieces, you decided to fondle his bits and pieces. Okay.
Pretty much. And then he went, fucking hell, Tom, if you want a pay rise, you just have to ask.
At least he made a joke of it. Fair play.
Yeah. And then later on in the day, I was desperate for the toilet, as was he. And he went, don't you be fucking coming with me now. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I shall wait.
I was like, for the near future, like, whatever you want, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, done. I might as well, James, got on my knees. That's all I could say.
Was it literally like a full fucking cup?
Full fucking cup. Yeah. Never neglect the balls.
So when you first said it, I thought, like, you went to put the rubbish in and it's sort of brushed by accident. But no,
I went to catch to put it back, and as I went to catch, he happened to turn around.
That's hilarious.
I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
As we bring you the Chronicles of Frank Turner.
Kind of essentially, when in the quiet of the night, when I'm lying awake, I have arguments with my 15-year-old self, which is an entirely destructive and pointless thing to do. But I mean, and I'm not joking here. This is a thing that I do, and it's you know, as a 15-year-old, I was like most 15-year-olds, I was extremely headstrong, sort of idealistic, purist, black and white in my view of the world and all the rest of it. And you know, on some levels, I think that 15-year-old me would be kind of stoked about who I am now, but at the same time, they'd be furious because I haven't grown up to be Ian Mackay or whatever. I happen to know Ian Mackay a little these days, and Ian Mackay is not the Ian Mackay that my 15-year-old self believed in either, because life is complicated and life is grey and life is about, growing up life is about compromise and is the better for it, I might add. But so there is a degree of which there's a fair amount of kind of nostalgia haunting the record. I mean, Girl from the Record Shop is essentially written from the point of view of 15-year-old me, just in case anyone was, including my wife, was thinking that I was walking into record stores and falling in love recently. And like there are some songs on the record. There's a song about a pen friend I had when I was a kid. There's a song about the tube station where my first girlfriend's house was, and just sort of, so there's a little bit of that kind of running through the record for sure. But there's other stuff too. There's a song about the pandemic which sounds like Meatloaf, and I can't wait for people to hear it.
Oh wow. Because I was going to mention, Girl from the Record Shop's got very clashy vibes, I found when
Thank you. Yeah, that's very kind of you to say. Job done.
Ah, nice.
My name is Vicious Precious from Pretty Addicted.
This is where the conversation gets interesting when we talk about your lyrics, because there's obviously a lot of religious connotations, shall we say, with your lyrics. Yeah. Where does this come from? Is this past experiences? Is this views of the world?
How long you got? Okay, so no, genuinely, the shortened version. My mum became a born again Christian when I was 9, and overnight Jesus was the center of her world. And I mean, like, took me to Pentecostal church, speaking in tongues, fucking Bible bashing, mental. And then she went and married an American who moved in the house, and they were both unbelievably preachy. And I went to many American churches. So sometimes people say to me on my page, "Oh, you're talking about Church of England?" No. I went to the fucking Bible Belt, and I was yelled at about fire and brimstone, that I was going to burn in hell when I was younger. And just because I really just wanted to be fucking accepted, I forced myself to believe. And I definitely was a born again Christian when I was, I struggled all throughout my teenage life, really, and early 20s, like, couldn't get rid of it. Like, I was so scared of hell. I was so scared to accidentally blaspheme and not, and just burn forever. It was like really embedded. Everything I did, everything I said, everything I thought. The thought crime is mad. Like, things like masturbating, sending you to hell, and like just genuinely, like, every human urge you have as a teenager tortures you. And I thought a lot about the devil chasing me, and it was definitely like the center of my household. And only when lockdown happened, actually, I properly deconverted. I've always kind of spoke about anti-religious themes, but it was on the last one where I like went full force with it. And I was like, I care about this massively because I know the damage that it does. I mean, my mum doesn't speak to me because Jesus says that I'm the devil, my brothers don't speak to me because I have the devil in me, like I'm evil, I'm satanic, I'm all this stuff, and I've seen the damage it does to people. So I'm really passionate now that I'm completely an atheist and I've gone through the deconversion. It's my mission to tell people about this. Like, I'm so angry at what it does to people. It's the manipulation of going to a church service, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Hillsong, but like, there's songs where the music is beautiful and it's designed to be beautiful to really give you that emotional release that you would get at like a trance night or something really stringy, and you stand there and you feel it and you feel the Holy Spirit, blah blah blah, and you feel so sinful and guilty and you want freedom and liberation from this evil mind that you have, and then you cry and you beg Jesus to love you, and it's all so thick. And then they want money from you, and they tell you like to keep repenting, keep being on your knees, keep denying your human urges. And I've seen what it does to people, so I'm enraged at it.
I can't say I blame you. That's so culty. It's insane. Jesus died for our sins. Okay, but he didn't stay dead, did he? So what exactly did he sacrifice? Jesus gave up his weekend for your sins. Bro, what if like soy milk is just regular milk introducing itself in Spanish?
Oh, for fuck's sake, we're 2 for 2. Oh, fucking
Oh, that was one of my favourites. Soy milk.
It's even funnier when you say it with the accent.
Oh, so good. I just thought it was genius on the highest level, but it's obviously so dumb at the same time. You can now get salmon spunk injections in your face.
Oh, well, that's one way to welcome everyone back.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you just say what I think you just said?
So how did they even discover that this was good for you? Do you know what I mean? What scientist or some biological person just went, we need to work out what's good for Botox, what's good for the skin. Let's try salmon spunk. Do you know what I mean? And you just go, well, first of all, how the fuck do you even extract that?
That's a really good point. How do you extract that?
A flapping salmon. It's just like, we'll get some eventually. I'll try it on my own face first. Like, I don't know. How do they know that's good for you?
I don't know. Because surely you'd have to do like a before and an after thing in order to find out the effects and benefits.
Could you imagine the fucking clinical trial for that?
Oh, God, no.
So today we're trying frog semen. So let's see if this works. And then, grab it.
Because this is the thing, they always the Reddit thing just threw me then completely.
It's their favourite condom, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Awful.
That was good. But they say, like, don't they? They all say that sperm's good for your skin. So someone literally has sat there and gone, I wonder if it's just human. There's got to be some animal ones that must be good too.
Monday, frog. Tuesday, giraffe. Wednesday, rhinoceros. That was insanely difficult to get, might I add. Bloody hell, that was fucking ridiculous. I almost got anal off his fucking horn. Thursday, salmon. And then Friday, we'll try haddock. But it just baffling. What's next? Budgie?
Budgie spunk. It's only got to be a tiny bit. It must take a while to get enough to do a facial out of that.
And then you just like rub it in.
It's just eye serum. That's what you get from budgies.
Yeah.
That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd say in my fucking life.
But basically, it came from one of my colleagues at work, Claire. She was like, "Oh, I'm going to go and have injections of salmon semen in my face." I was like, "Sorry, did you just say you were having salmon spunk injected into your face?" She's like, "Yeah."
Okay, I thought this was something you found on the internet. You
No.
know someone who's doing this.
Oh, yes.
That's even weirder.
So I thought I'd give her a moment in the sun.
But she's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, Tom. I mean, there's that much fucking Fast and the Furious movies. I'm amazed no one's made a parody of them.
I mean, I think there is one, but I think it's probably terrible because spoof movies now are terrible.
Furious.
Yeah, the furiously fast. Yeah, how can you drive fast furiously? It's weird. I'm fucking livid. I'm driving so quick. Oh my fucking god! I can't wait to turn this wheel really, really extra because that's what the kids say these days. No one says extra anymore, do they?
No. Well, I don't know. They might do.
Yeah, they probably do. But I mean, like, it's better. I can't movies in 50 years' time. Oh my god, that guy's riz is so extra. Like, I can't wait to be so peaked and gassed about it. And I was there at 8 going, yeah. Imagine what history lessons are going to be like in 50 years' time.
Oh, I don't want to.
Oh, Alexander the Great took him. How'd you know? And now, then it'll be like, so as we look through the historical TikTok, we find that you could watch this video and see that actually this is what exactly happened. He has no riz. He's not gassed about that, is he?
Henry VIII had so much riz, he had 8 bitches.
He had 6, but never mind.
Oh shit, yeah, got it wrong. You know what I mean?
It's all right, don't worry about it. It's fine. You can see that you need to go back to do your
Yeah,
history.
apparently.
But all they
Hi, this is Jim Balance. I mean, Summer '69 started, me and Brian in a room with our guitars in our laps, looking at each other. Again, what do you want to write about, you know? And when we finished the song a day or two later, we were the only 2 people on earth who'd heard it. And you can't predict, you know, that 45 years later, or 40, whatever it's been, it would have 1 billion streams on Spotify. No, so you know what? Of course I pinch myself sometimes, like, so grateful. Again, back to my mother saying, "You can't make a living at it," you know, and I have done, and I'm never for a minute am I ungrateful. Never for a minute. I always pinch myself.
What's funny, I found out when doing my research for this, is everyone hears those opening lines to Summer of '69, thinking, oh, these are Brian's experiences from when he was younger. Aren't they your lyrics? Like
Well,
from
there
your
are
childhood?
lyrics. And what I get this question often because people say, well, Brian was only 12 in 1969, but I say, well, Robbie Robertson wasn't even born when he wrote The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down about the Civil War in 1865, So
Fair point.
yeah. So it wasn't even called Summer of '69. That came. We'd finished the song, and it wasn't called that. It was called "Best Days of My Life." So if you know the lyric, got my first real six string, bought it at the five and dime, played it till my fingers bled. It was the summer of '69. That was the only time the phrase "Summer of '69" appeared in the song. So 4 minutes later, the song's done, and that's the only time. The key phrase was "Those were the best days of my life," and that's what we called it. And then about a month later, we're listening to this song we had finished, and we went, there's got to be a better title than that. So we just took this phrase, Summer '69, from the first verse, and we dropped it into 4 or 5 more spots in the song, just empty spots, and changed the title of the song to Summer '69. So
We bring you the Chronicles of Mindy Sterling. Before we move on from Austin Powers, there is one scene I need to ask about because it cracks me up every time. The seduction scene. That wig must have been insane.
Just think about it. I mean, like nobody saw the back of my head, and all of a sudden you take this super shit, like curls, and that was really, really hard to do because when I was just about to jump on him, we would always laugh. We would definitely. Those are the kind of bloopers you want to see.
Exactly. It's when he's
And
taking
the other
off
one
the
too, and the other one was the scene when we were at the table, and he's like, hello, 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 hello. So I have something to tell you, Dr. Ivoris. I'm late. And he went, oh, right, you're fine. No, no, no. I'm late. We would laugh. That made us laugh. Yeah, because then he would start to laugh and then I would get off. I'm so glad that you guys are. It's almost like this is the first time we've ever heard about these things.
Oh no, it's I can't explain what this movie did to me when it first came out. I was young when it came. My mom took me to see the first one in the cinema, and I literally fell off my chair. I was laughing so hard. Like that film had such an impact. Especially here in the UK, because obviously Austin Powers was British, and it's
Of
like,
course, and all of the characters that he's put in, and all the people that we worked with, and it just made. I mean, there's a few people in this world that have never seen it or have seen it and went, and I'm like, that's okay. There's enough people. There's enough people that keep it going. But when I go to these Comic Cons, and people come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God, I just have to tell you that when my father was dying of cancer, every Saturday night we would sit there and we would watch you." I mean, I get those kind of things. I get, "Oh my God, we were just watching it last night. I didn't even know you were going to be here." It just fills my soul that am I am one of several amazing people that got to be in this film 3 times and got to make more and more and more of myself known. And I thought, I don't know if I'll ever get something like that again, or, and really when people say, well, which one of the things that you've done do you like the most? And I'm like, well, it's got to be, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I've liked, but it's got to be Austin Powers. That put me on the map.
So, when I watch The Witcher with my girlfriend, she tends to go to the bathroom within a minute of Cavill appearing on screen. She takes quite some time in there. I don't quite know what she's doing inside, but anyway, it gives me enough time to fap one up to Cavill. To my mother. Me and my mum were having a conversation a couple of days ago, and we're just having a nice little chat. I think I was talking about the show, actually, and we're just like, she's like, I'm so proud of you, like how things are going. Then all of a sudden, she burst into laughter, right? And I was like, did I say something funny? Like, I mean, I'm not laughing. And I mean, she was full on howling, going for it. And I was like, Mum, are you okay? Has Mr. Tickle arrived? Like, what's going on here? Anyway, she's like, love, you never guess what. I was like, what? She goes, my Tesco top 3's come through. And I was like, what? Like Spotify Unwrapped. They're now doing, Tesco are now doing your most bought items of 2023.
Fuck me.
Right? Anyway, so as you shall see on the screen, number one were Tesco wet wipes. Okay? Her most bought item of the year were shit wipes. Okay? What makes this funnier, though, is number two was the TV mag. And I turned around and I went, Mum, I don't know what I'm going to tell you this, but that sounds like a really shit wank. You said that to your mum. What's going on in Coronation Street? Oh my God, someone's dying. Holy fucking hell. They're doing a car crash story again, Mildred. Oh, fucking hell. Pass me wet wipes. Pass me fucking wet wipes. I'm going to the bog. Give me a fucking TV guard. I promise I won't stick papers together this time. Pages won't be stuck together, I promise you. You'll be able to see what's going on Monday this week. I promise you that. So, an octopus can change its color to mimic its surroundings. When octopi do this, it's called me. An octoli? Professor? No. Metacrosis. Me. Professor. Me. Like some sort of moctopus.
Hey, what's up? Ethan Later here. And for me, when I heard Nothing on You, I thought it was a celebration of women and beauty. And that's why you see a mixture, again, think of like my first short film, of this collage of beauty, of all these different women of different nationalities and all their beautiful features. And that was the through line for this song. So this song, Nothing on You, that's, we gave it, I think I brought a level of depth and personal connection to that. And it was awesome. And we literally animated that in my house at the time with the computer keep crashing because it was all paper and we printed out, it's all paper stop animation. So every frame you see, we shot it, edited the video, got approval, then printed out every other frame. So it's stop animation. And stop animation, you take 2 frames at a time. So if there's 24 frames in a second, you take 12 shots, right? Because each frame is 2.
Yeah.
So you print out whatever it is. I think it was like 6,000, 7,000 frames. So I think we did 4,500 around there or something. And then you got to think layers. We didn't sleep for like 4 days. I remember my animator, I went into the room one time and he hadn't slept yet. And I was like, hey man, can I get you anything? He just was like, get me Subway, just screw me out. Got you Subways, dude. And just feed him. But like, being ambitious, knowing that this was an opportunity and being like, I want to deliver this above and doing it all the time. That's always something that I'm very prideful about. I love when I over deliver for my clients and they're excited about it, or they have an idea and then I get to bring it to life for them, or whatever that collaboration is always so rewarding and fulfilling.
Me. Hi there. Can I please get a Pepsi? Waiter, is Pepsi a... Oh my God. Starts crying. Me, smile through tears. Yeah, I know. We kiss. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, that's got to have happened at some point. Not necessarily the kissing bit, but no.
Wife. Oh, grow up. You can't believe everything you read on the internet. Me. Look, I don't need this shit. There are local singers in my area dying to meet me.
Hi, I'm Valentina Vicentin.
Is there anything that you're working on at the moment that you can talk about, whether that be with the band or with the special effects work? Anything you've got coming out? Obviously, the stuff you can't talk about, but is there anything you can talk about?
Oh, well, when they ask me these questions, it's hard to, surprise somebody because I'm working mainly on Italian films, which probably abroad are a bit less known. So I'm not working with anyone famous or famous abroad, I mean. So I just can tell you that this year, there's some recurrent effects sometimes in a year Like for example, there is a year where everybody asks you for all the agents, everybody asks you for something else. So this year is the year of tits and pregnant bellies.
Okay. Okay.
Phenomenal.
How was that?
That is, I couldn't have asked for anything more, could you?
On two different movies. So that's interesting.
I genuinely did not expect that to go that way.
That's the tagline for this
Yeah.
interview. Tits and pregnant bellies.
Exactly.
That's sorted, done.
So I started the year with a film which had a few of those, and I'm finishing the year with another film that has a few of those.
Incredible.
So my workshop is covered with the boobies and and mountains of bellies because they look like heels, flesh heels. So it's quite weird. You enter and you see only boobs on the table. It's like all curvy.
Hi, this is Stace from Cobra the Impaler.
And just like you were saying there, like this is what you wanted to do and it's what you do. I really admire that fact. You've got your two incredible careers and they're both things you're like, I'm passionate about this. I'm going to do them for a living. And you fucking did it. You took that gamble on yourself.
Yeah, but it's like it was never something that I decided or I didn't choose it. It kind of chose me to do it, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I said to James, our guitarist, as well. It's like it's like the universe chose it, and it's not a decision that I made. It's like something that you have to do, you know.
Ooh, I like that.
It was that or a male stripper. Well, I don't have the looks to be a male stripper, so that I'd be a musician.
Well, if it all falls through, you should go back.
Yeah, exactly. One leads to another. That's what I'm actually going to do in our tangent, is doing an amazing strip act.
Oh, God, we're going now. I know something else you won't fucking do. You won't say boo to a goose. Fuck me. Like, so this says saying, who writes to a goose and went, I know it's a really good idea. What? Like, shit. Because of how fucking territorial they are. This is a territorial hand. But like, this is territorial, right? So a territorial goose would be like, motherfucker, how dare you say boo to me? You are not a ghost. I shall now attack you. I will nip at your ankles until you run away from a certain distance. Then I will go back to my territorial area. Wife. It's either me or me. He has a name. Wife. Or the goose. Me. Say it. Wife, no. Me, say his name. Wife, no. Why don't you love Tom Hanks? Welcome to our gander reveal party. Wait, don't you mean no? Geese emerge from everywhere. No fireworks, only geese. There are no genders, only chaos.
Why is there so many geese this week?
Thank you so much, everybody, for checking it out. We really appreciate it. What were your favourite moments of the show from 2024? Let us know in the comments on YouTube or on social medias, wherever. Speaking of YouTube and social medias, follow us everywhere at TCO Pod. Give us a subscribe on YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. And as I said at the start of this, we'll see you all very, very soon for brand new content from the Chronicles of Podcast. Bye!